Hey guys, I know it's been a super long time. I'm living in Washington still. Um, Me and my boyfriend are both here, and we are currently, well, we are in a situation, I guess you could say. Things with the person I moved down here originally to live with didn't work out, and I'm not going to go into that. If people want to hear that story, you can ask about it, but it's such an over talked about thing for me that I am like over the whole situation. Just bad people in general that you thought you could trust and you couldn't. That's basically all it really boils down to. Um, so we're living with some friends and actually on our way to getting our own place here soon. I should be starting a job here in the next few weeks. Um, and it's not exactly what I want to do, but it'll give us the support that we need to head in the right direction to where we want to go. We both want to focus on music. We want to kind of bring our own artistry out into the world. It is something a little different, and we're working on it, trying to figure out where we want to begin and how we want to work on making a name for ourselves. It's a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot of overwhelming adult things that just are not fun, per se, to deal with. But, I feel like maybe all the bullshit's happening now, so we don't have to deal with it later. That's my hopes. That's my probably naive hopes for the future. But that is what's going on. Um, and we just got a moped to ride in and get around because for a while we didn't have transportation. Um, because my boyfriend, when he came down here, his car broke down in Montana, so we had to finance literally a new car. And so when he financed it in Montana, he didn't know that there was tax was not involved. So when he tried to register it here, they wanted to charge him so much money, like a ridiculous amount of money that nobody would just have to pull out of their pocket to pay for registering a car for. It's a ridiculous amount, and I think that there's so much messed up with everything in this world. Like there's you know, money isn't dealt out equally. Jobs are, you know, it's hard to find work. And for most people, you're working a job where you don't even necessarily enjoy the work. It's just to get by, and you're barely getting by on the pay that you get. You're barely getting by, and it's a lot of bullshit. It's enough to where me and my boyfriend, we just kind of don't want to live in the U.S. anymore. It's just been a lot of struggle, a lot of bullshit that we've been up against, and that's why I haven't made videos in a while, because it's just been really stressful, and I do hope to be getting back to making videos. It's just this last few years have been so difficult. I don't really know, I feel like I don't have the right amount of knowledge to deal with life circumstances. I feel like I just wasn't taught the right things to deal with life, to be honest. So, I feel like a child in a lot of ways, a lot of sense. I feel like a child still, because there's a lot of things I still don't quite understand, and I'm still trying to grasp. And I feel like a lot of people are maybe just are ahead of me in that, or people plan things out better than I do. I don't know. But I always felt like the outcast in everything, so why not in being an adult too? I feel like I'm so behind on a lot of stuff, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating when you feel like you just don't know. You don't know all the things you feel like you should know. Um, but, hopefully within a few months we'll have our own apartment, and we'll be good. And hopefully the next time I make a video, You know, I wanna I wanna try and make videos when I can. I like to make the kind of vlog videos like this when there's not anybody around and we're kind of in a place where there isn't. It's kind of hard and never really alone to make the videos. And it's not that I feel awkward making them. It's just that I don't know if other people are comfortable, and I don't really care about that either. But it's, I'm living with somebody else, so I can't just do whatever I want whenever I want. Kind of a situation. But we're okay. We're needing positive vibes for sure. So any positive vibes you could send out, it would be appreciated. We had been not in a stable living situation for a few months, so that made it hard when I lost my job at Walmart to find something. When you're not stable in a place, how do you find work when you don't have a stable living situation? You have to be able to be, for one, since we didn't have transportation, I needed to be around someplace that I could walk to. And when you're gonna have to leave a certain area because you're couch crashing with people and you don't know how long you can stay, it does make the situation hard. And from my personal experience, the homeless shelters and places that are supposed to help you find places to live, they're not an immediate resource. And when you need something now, they're really not that helpful. Because we stayed and we slept in my car for a while, like 2 weeks, I think, until we had some nice friends decide to help us. And it just seems to be that everything comes crashing down. Like, it's like we can't get comfortable anywhere because every time we get comfortable with anything, something bad happens and we have to leave again. And it's almost like we've talked about this. It just feels like there's like a bad energy that maybe is following us or something. We don't really know. It's just strange that it seems to be bad things happen. And maybe it's just because life's trying to get us to work harder towards the goals we want and to show us that if we want what we want, we need to just work for it and not waste our time on other things. I don't really know. But at the same time, we need to have a place to live, our own place, so we don't have to rely on other people and worry about, whether we're going to have a place to live or if they're going to want us to leave or so it's kind of like that. And there's been a lot of times when we both just wanted to give up and go home, but I think that we need to fight. There's a lot of people dealing with a lot worse situations than we are, so I think it's important that we stay proactive and positive and keep working forward. So my boyfriend's working and we got a moped, but it took his whole paycheck, so we have to wait to get it registered. And so that's like another 2 weeks before we can really register it. And then the job that I have, it's going to be the same place he's working, and in order for me to work there, I have to have transportation. So when I have an interview with them tomorrow, and I'm hoping that they'll be able to let me start working after we get the moped registered and everything and get our helmets. It's just been like non-stop struggle. Life has not really given us a break, and I'm sure there's lots of people, if you talk to the people that we've dealt with, they would say that we were the bad guys, but we had to do what was right for us. And you can't stay around negative energies or negative people when you're trying to stay positive. It's just not a good thing. And I'm sure, and it feels like people help you and then they expect more sometimes than you can give back. And sometimes, no, that's not with everybody. The people that we're living with now, it's different. They're very understanding and they're very helpful in every way that they can be. So I'm not referring to those people. I just feel like there was a lot expected of us from other places that we couldn't exactly give back. And I honestly feel if you can help somebody, you should help somebody and not expect things in return. When there's somebody that is less fortunate than you, then you can't expect them to be able to supply a whole lot of other things You know, it's just, I don't know, it's been a rough patch, and I think I do need to start making more video blogs, diaries, because it helps. I mean, I don't know if everybody wants to hear the story or cares, but it's been an interesting journey, and I do want to start vlogging things once we get our own place. I just don't like to vlog when, or, you know, make daily videos when I'm living with people that may not necessarily be okay with that, and you have to respect people you're living with and everything, and so. But things are starting to look up. It's just been so overwhelming that it feels like nothing is ever going to get better. You know, you get to a place where you get just overwhelmed and depressed, and you don't want to try, and you just want to crawl in a hole and die. You know, especially when you deal with depression, as me and my boyfriend do. We deal with depression and anxiety, and I have horrible anxiety, and so does he. Social anxiety, where if you stay, you know, inside so long, it just makes it harder to be social and to do things. And we haven't had a whole lot of opportunities to go out and do stuff. I mean, he's had his job, but me, I haven't really had a big chance to go do a whole lot of stuff. And when you start a new job, it makes it harder. You know, it makes it more overwhelming. But anyways, I thought I'd share that with you guys. I don't want you guys to think that I am giving up. I love making YouTube videos. I actually would love to learn how to make money off of making YouTube videos, because if I did that, then I would definitely be making videos all the time. But anyways, just a lot of stress and anxieties right now in my life. So I hope everybody else out there in the world is doing good. I'm sure that things for us will start looking up. It's got to. We've had so much shit just happen to us constantly. Alright. So, my dreams for the next 2 months, at least by the end of the next 2 months, is to have our own place and be more settled and be comfortable here and not, you know, just feel like we're at home, because we have not really felt like we're at home. We've just been, my boyfriend is a super strong person, and he's put up with a lot of bullshit, and honestly I feel horrible that he's dealt with what he's had to deal with. And but we've both had to deal with stuff that just is crazy to even think about, that most people don't have to deal with in a lifetime, let alone a few short months. So anyways, my hopes are to just be in a more positive place in the next few months, and a better mindset in general. So anyways, I hope everybody's doing good, and I'll get back to you guys when I can get back to you. I definitely want to keep in touch with all of you guys, and I apologize for the lackage of video. So I will talk to you guys later. Have an amazing time until I see you next. All right.